Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Makes Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, we're back with another 52-week movie challenge video. This week it was picked by my lovely friend Kat, and she picked the number 14, which is based on a true story. Now, this one I do not own on physical, because I had to watch it on streaming. However, I think I will be adding it to my physical collection. So, let's get into it. So, the movie she recommended me was Miracles from Heaven. So, normally with a based on true story stuff, I do try and stay away from the medical things, because, not gonna lie, I am a hypochondriac. So, anytime I watch anything sort of like with Grey's Anatomy, things like that, I do worry sometimes. So, of course, when she recommended this movie, and she told me what it was about, I was like, oh, it's medical. What if I get worried about it? But she said that when you watch it, it doesn't lean on the medical side all that much. So then, of course, I decided to watch it with my mum because I watched the trailer for it and I thought, you know what, this actually looks really good. And then I showed my mum the trailer and she was like, yeah, it does look good. So we both watched it yesterday. So just to give a very quick plot summary, basically, we are following this family whose little girl has got a very rare disease. I can't remember the specific name for it. But basically, this is all about her going through her condition, things like that. But it doesn't rely on the medical side of things. It relies on more of the faith of the family, because they are a religious family. They believe in God, things like that. But this is about them losing their faith in God because of what's happening. So I won't say any more than that. I won't say what happens or anything like that because I do try and stay as spoiler-free as possible. So, like I said, Miracles from Heaven, based on a true story. And it does, like my friend Kat says, it doesn't focus on the medical side of things. Yes, it does show it because obviously with something like this, they do show the procedures they have to go through, the things, the hoops, the jumps, all that. But it focuses more on their faith in God, like why this is happening to their little girl, like, you know, why she's the nicest, sweetest person in the planet, why is this happening to her? And it's just showing how the family is reacting throughout the film. So you've got the mum who's sort of like, she's the one that's losing most of it because she just feels like, what the hell's going on? You know, why is this happening to my little girl? You know, she's not a mean person, like, why is this happening? And then you've got the dad who's sort of like, he's sticking to his faith. He's very much like, God is there for her. She will be fine. Something will happen and she'll be better. And then you've got the little kids who are sort of like 50-50, who are sort of like, they're praying, but at the same time they feel like their prayers aren't being heard. So, not gonna lie, I'm not exactly a religious person. I'm not into the whole thing, you know, I hear things and, you know, things like that. But I don't sort of like pray or anything like that. So I'm not massively religious. So if you're someone that's not massively religious, you might not fully be into this film, but I would say ignore that part. Just focus on how the acting is, how the story goes. You know, you feel sad for these people and you feel sad for this little girl because she's going through so much pain. And it's sad to see that in a little girl. And it's also the fact of Jennifer Garner, she plays the mum, she just gives such an amazing performance. And so does the little girl herself. Like, there are so many amazing performances in this. You have Dr. Nurko, I don't know who plays him. But instead of being a serious doctor, he's a funny doctor. He makes these kids laugh. And I think that's something that should happen all the time because kids are terrified of things like this. You know, they're terrified of what's going on and all that. But it's not just the family. We also get to see how their friends react, how the pastor reacts, how the hospital people react. Like little things like that. And I like the fact it doesn't focus on the medical. Like, a lot of these stories will focus on the medical side of things. But you can get past that once you learn more of the story and sort of like how things went. I will say, I didn't see the ending coming. Like, I knew it either had to be a happy or a sad ending. But at the same time, I didn't see the lead up to it. Like, I didn't think that was what was going to happen. But I will say, like I said, if you're not a massive religious person, this might put you off it a little bit, but just put that aside, I would say. Because, like I said, it's the acting, it's the story, it's the song, like, even the music for it is not that bad. Like, it suits the movie. And it's just a very like, what's the best way of describing it? You will laugh. You will potentially cry. You will feel sad. You will sort of like feel so many emotions. And I love it when a film does that, because then you feel like you're getting the full experience. And it was such a good film that, like I said at the beginning of this video, I will be adding this to my collection potentially, if it is on physical. I only watched it on streaming because it was on Prime. But no, it's definitely worth a watch. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just weird to see how someone with that much faith, sort of like, how they still keep it, like, especially with the dad, when he keeps the faith that he's got. It makes you think, like, how is it that they keep it going when something like this is happening, you know? So it's just sort of like, it's weird to see the dynamic and things like that. And I will say as well, the kids in this story, her other two sisters, they will do anything for their little sister, which I think is adorable. So it's things like they will stop eating something because if she can't eat it, they won't eat it, you know. So I think it's nice that this whole family will do absolutely anything for this little girl. And yeah, it's just one I would seriously recommend. And I would say, even if you just watched it the once, I think it's just something that's worth watching. And you can watch it on Prime for free. So if you've got Amazon Prime, go ahead and watch it. So what score would I give it? I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. It is a really, truly enjoyable movie. And like I said, it'll be one I'll add to my collection. But it's one of those films as well that, because it's sort of like a sad movie, it's sort of like, not sure how often I'd go back to it. But at the same time, I would like to have it in my collection just in case the streaming goes. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And then also, the next challenge has already been picked for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate. So I'm going to go from a friend, family, co-worker, anything like that. And then I'll go to the next one, which is if any of you guys pick a number, you'll be the next one. To which the next one is Challenge 12, which is a controversial film. This was picked out by Red Room Antics, I believe is the username. I look forward to trying to pick a film for that one. I'm not sure what I'm going for yet. I am kind of leaning towards Halloween Ends, because that's the most recent controversial film. But for now, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing yet, but that will be the next challenge. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and let me know in the comments down below if you pick a challenge, like which one would you pick? Like, I'll put in the description what numbers have been chosen, so that way you guys can see sort of like what ones not to pick. But also leave me your comments and thoughts on Miracles from Heaven. If you've seen this, if you want to see it, you know, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!